So this is the last variable ND filter that you'll ever need. There's always been one continuous flaw when it comes to the world of VNDs, and it's that they've never really catered to the true nature of a cinematographer. For the longest time, we never understood why filter companies never implemented like true ND stops and markings, as well as some other frustrating problems as well. With these frustrations, we designed our own VND filter, the Cinema Hard Stop VND. This is now version 2 of that filter, and we've made some drastic changes to the original that you guys are gonna love. First and foremost, we have traditional ND markings. If you were to pull out an ND filter to slide into your matte box in front of your camera, you're gonna use a 0.3 or a 0.6, maybe a 1.2 or a 2.1 if you're outside in broad daylight. And so we wanted to implement that into our filter so that as you move along and rotate to get stronger ND strengths, the markings are clearly on the side of, okay, this is a 0.3, this is a 0.6, this is a 1.5. And so that's one of the first key and most important features of our variable ND filter. With that, there's hard stops at each end. A lot of traditional variable ND filters just keep turning and turning and turning, and you don't know kind of where it begins and where it ends. And you get with that a lot of like X vignetting when the ND kind of resets itself. And so with these hard stops, you can't go further than a 0.3 on one side, and you can't go further than a 1.5 on the other. So ultimately the hard stops on each end at the 0.3 and the 1.5 not only save time, but they stop you from getting that ugly X vignetting that you do with a lot of cheap VND filters. Throughout the whole range, you don't get any ugly color shifts as well. It holds a complete neutral color all the way through. Another really cool feature that I think often gets overlooked is that they are stackable. You could stack it onto a filter or stack another filter on top. For example, we have an 82mm VND filter right here and an 82mm subtle linear filter, and this can thread right onto the front of the VND. So now you can use other filters or effects filters on top of the VND, or inversely put those filters behind the VND, but it's stackable on both sides. Since the first version, we've also improved on the quality of the build and materials used, from the glass to the actual filtering itself. And even down to the small minor details with our VND, having these little notches and edges in the side help your fingers kind of grip that edge and turn the filter so you don't get any kind of slipping as you're on the move. It gives you a nice ring to grab and twist. So as we initially said when we launched this product, we were unhappy with the VNDs on the market and wanted to create the ultimate kind of all-in-one VND filter on the go for cinematographers and photographers. And that is now here with our new version 2 of the Cinema Hard Stop VND. We also now carry a wide array of sizes from 67mm all the way up until 95mm. So make sure you check out all of the sizing options now over at prismlensfx.com.